Hi, I'm Gracie Driver, and welcome to the Historic Show. Our guests for today are a series of heroes that have preserved the very foundation of countries all over Europe, and were the first 12 to be a part of a force that would shake Hitler's grip on unique cultural art. This group of Americans and Brits are skilled museum directors, curators, art historians, artists, architects, librarians, and educators. Our first guest is Mr. Stout. Give him a round of applause. What led you to becoming the founder of the Monument Men?
Well, in the beginning of the war, my efforts including the foundation of Roberts Commission. It focused on preserving culture overseas, and that's how the Monument was founded.
Great. Very nice, but let's talk more about the beginning activities that led you into the territories with the Allies.
I was the first member to land on Normandy shore, where my skills were actually tested there. Me and the Allied forces trekked through Germany and France. I was near the front lines while securing masterpieces with the lack of resources and experiences from the men, helping to rescue cultural treasures in places like Caen, Aachen, and Maastricht.
Super impressive. How was the group officially formed?
Well, I persuaded President Roosevelt to see the need for such a cause. In October of 1945, I went to the headquarters of General MacArthur, who was the supreme commander of the Allied powers in Tokyo. I laid the groundwork and created a team made of Warner, Maud Sickman, Lieutenant Davis, Captain Poham, Lee, and Hollis. My theory had become a reality in that moment, and I knew that we would do good.
After seeing what you and your people have accomplished, how do you feel?
To see how much we've impacted the world is incredible. Over 345 members and 5 million pieces have been restored. Even though the war has ended, our work is not finished. We're still refurbishing and returning our art from all over the world. To safeguard these things, we will show respect of the beliefs and customs of all men, and will bear witness that these things belong not only to a particular people, but also to the heritage of mankind.
Thank you for coming out here, Mr. Stout. You were extremely inspiring, and I hope for more people to do the work that you've done in this world.
Thank you.
Our next guest is Lawrence Sickman. Good evening, Mr. Sickman.
Good evening.
Good to have you on the show. Tell me a little about yourself and how art shaped your life.
Well, I'm a scholar and a connoisseur of Chinese art. My passion landed me a scholarship at Harvard University, where I met my future comrades, Landon, Warner, and my professor.
Wow. That's really nice, but how did you meet Stout, and where was the first assignment as a member of such an amazing group?
Well, I was selected by the SCAP in Tokyo, where I met Stout. He convinced me to join the Monument Men. I later arrived at the headquarters in Tokyo in early December of 1945. My first assignment took me to Korea, where I inspected museums, but quickly my directive changed when I needed at the front.
Wow, that's a really big change for sure. Wow, was it rewarding?
Yes, definitely though, yes.
Well, thank you so much for letting us have you on the show. Our next guest is someone who played a major role in one of the biggest events of the Monument Men's history, Major Robert Posey.
Good evening.
Good evening. It's good to have you on the show. How did you contribute to the Monument Men?
Well, I was able to gather information from someone close to the Germans. After I came down with a horrible toothache, so the information that I obtained led to the discovery of one of the largest repositories of stolen items.
Wow. Can you explain how that happened?
I was referred to a local dentist whose son-in-law happened to be an art scholar. When questioned by me and my assistant, who were there with me, he admitted to working for Hermann Göring and Alfred Rosenberg. The information the scholar disclosed led to the discovery of a massive stockpile in a salt mine in Altusee, Austria around May 1945.
What did you guys find there?
The mine contained such priceless works of art of Michelangelo's, Brueg's, Bodana, Vermeer's, the Astronomer, and the Ghent altarpiece by John van Eyck. Lieutenant Commander George K. Stout coordinated the removal of these items to Munich Central Collecting Point with the assistance from me and a small team of people from the Monument Men.
Right. Well, thank you so much for having us on the show. The contributions to such a crazy place as a salt mine is insane. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Our final guest for tonight is going to be Rose Valad. Good evening.
Good evening.
So tell me about what you witnessed during World War II.
I witnessed the shopping of a certain Nazi named Hermann Göring, who made more than 20 separate visits to the Geo du Prüm to select works of art for Hitler's plan for Viewhead Museum in Linz, Austria. And to add to his burgeoning personality collection, my simple appearance and quiet demeanor made the Nazis remain unaware that I understood German, enabling me to gather important information from the conversations of drivers, guards, and packers, which I relayed to Gerhard and the French residents. If I were have been caught by the Nazis, I would have been shot as a spy.
That is insane.
Yeah, definitely.
So you were a spy. That had to have been an interesting experience. How did your career shift when you decided to give that information to the Monument Men?
The liberation of Paris by American forces in late August 1944 placed me in a new but still precarious position while I possessed enormously valuable information about the fate of 10,000 of masterworks stolen from French collections. The problem of collaborationism in liberated France left me into trusting no one but Gerhard. Only after months later, my relationship building with the Monument Men, Captain James Vermeer, that I finally agreed to turn over my most important records.
After such a long period of becoming a spy, I definitely understand how hard it would be for you to trust. But once you were able to give that information, how did it help?
The information I risked my life gathering served as a treasure map for Vermeer and the Monument Men, leading to discovery of multiple repositories of looted art, most of them from Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavarian Alps.
Wow, an entire castle filled with artwork. What did you earn for all these huge accomplishments?
For my strong and heroic efforts, I received the Legion of Art, the Medal of Residence, the Officer's Cross of Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany, and was a commander of the Order of Arts and Letters by the French government. In addition, I was awarded the United States Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1948.
It is such an honor for you to be on our show. Thank you so much for closing on such a high note. Hello and welcome to the Historic Show. This is airing bright and present with 1947. Is it 40? Isn't it like 19? When did the war end? Our first guest is Major Stout.
Good evening.
Good evening.
No. Give me a good handshake. Of men to be in the muck of water saving the art. Grace, you're smiling. This makes no sense. Muck in the water?
Change it. Rose Antonia Maria Valad. Nice to meet you.
Sup.
Well, you have to go with it.
No!
Rose Valad. What can you tell us about what you witnessed?
I witnessed
I sound annoyed. I feel like I should sound kind of, I don't know. What do you think? Our final guest.
We're never gonna get this project done.